Hi, this is David and this is Joe, and today we're going to review Halloween. Is it Halloween yet?
No.
No. That's next week, but this previous week
We have pre-Halloween.
Yes.
And that's what this movie felt like.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite Halloween, but pre-Halloween. Like
Yeah.
it's okay. Some people got stabbed, It's a good time.
Yeah. So this Halloween 2, but not Halloween 2. But it's the second Halloween, but it's still called Halloween. But it's not the old Halloween that came out in the 70s.
Yeah.
It's new.
It's definitely not the second one to come out.
No.
There's been lots.
So this movie ignores every other movie except for Halloween, the first one. The one with Jamie Lee Curtis, and that's it. So if you haven't watched any of the other ones, I mean, even if you haven't watched any of them at all, it really doesn't matter. You get...
No, you don't need to know any of the
you get the
backstory.
gist of it in here. It's Michael Myers, guy in a mask, and he's back.
Yeah. Like just your typical slasher movie. It's everything you'd expect. Nothing really shocking.
Yeah.
I mean, he kills people. If you don't look at him, he fucking teleports like every other slasher.
Yeah, I think people really need to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
That's their superpower. And that's the only power they have, really.
Yeah,
I mean, they can't die, but how they get away is if you're not looking at them, they can teleport.
Yeah.
This is what I'm assuming from watching these movies. This is totally what they're doing.
Michael Myers and Jason, they both have the same power.
Yeah, I mean, Freddy can, but he
he has a lot of other cool powers.
Yeah.
And the Texas Chainsaw guy will run straight at you, and he'll catch you by running. These people will just teleport. Yeah.
And then they teleport. Yeah. So this takes place about like 40 years after the first Halloween. Jamie Lee Curtis's character is a little scarred by what happened to her. Michael Myers tried to kill her in the first movie. Got her friends, but not her. She got away, but is paranoid now. Now she is setting up her kids and for life. She's telling them the boogeyman's real. She believes in that wholeheartedly. Not just a killer, the boogeyman.
Yeah.
He's out there, he exists, and you need to be prepared your whole life.
And you have to think, like, with the premise of the movie, even in just the beginning, did she already lose? Like, if you spend your entire life locked in a cage, like that you put yourself in, I mean, you might as well have just died, right? I mean,
I think that's kind of like, it's kind of a good thing, kind of not, because then you really see, like, you're like, I mean, this guy succeeded even though he didn't. He didn't kill her, but her whole life had been dedicated to this, and you're like, so this dude has an effect on people, obviously. Not just a physical one, but apparently a mental one on her. But that's kind of where my interest, ends. I mean, it's interesting, and Jamie Lee Curtis's character is good. I think in her acting is good, but she prepares her whole life for this. She's got tons of guns. It says it in the trailer that she wants him to come out. Yeah. She's like, I hope he breaks free, because then I'm going after him.
Yeah.
She kind of does. But
I mean, that part, like, the way they marketed it, you would think there would be more interactions between them two, like, I don't know, some more back and forth action, but there's not as much as you would think there would be. But for me, this movie started off really slow. And, I mean, even the intro scene leaves you kind of laughing. Yeah. Because, like, it's a little corny. But, I mean, you know what you're getting with these kind of movies.
Yeah, and the director, he's not a horror movie director. He hasn't done horror in the past. He's done, like, comedies and stuff. Yeah. Also, Danny McBride helps with this movie.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, I saw that, and I really like Danny McBride.
I do, too.
I fucking love him as a comedian. And
working on a horror movie, I don't know.
Yeah, I was kind of like, oh man, I hope they don't try to make it too funny.
Yeah, this movie, I think the comedy should have ended when Michael Myers is on the streets. Yeah. I think, like, you can do comedy with the teenagers, or even if you want to take breaks and do comedy, it's the teenagers by themselves who should be making the laughs and stuff. And it doesn't even have to be completely funny, but it's, them being teenagers. But I think when Michael Myers is on the scene and there to whoop ass, to kill you,
it should all stop.
Yeah, that's
it
where
stop.
the comedy
It's fucking Michael Myers time.
Yeah,
let's get serious.
Yeah,
but they don't always do that in this one, and it hurts the movie a little bit. Yeah, the kills, I don't know. I felt like they were a little underwhelming.
Yeah.
I think for a slasher movie, you're usually like waiting for, oh man, what's some really gory or exciting or creative
and they even
way to kill people.
Take a few ways that he kills people out of previous movies, and when he doesn't kill that many people, you're like, okay, well, where's the originality? I mean, you know, some of these are taken from the older films, and since he doesn't kill that many people, it's like half of your material is from the older movies. And I get some of them are throwbacks, but movies shouldn't rely on them.
But I mean, that being said, like it was still okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was still like,
this movie wasn't bad, and you're most likely gonna already go see it. This movie is one of those movies that I think no matter what people think about it, they're gonna go see it.
I feel like the horror genre in general, they have that benefit. Oh, it's a scary movie. It's Halloween. Yeah, fuck, I'm gonna go see a scary movie, right?
Yeah.
But so I mean, let's be real. If you want to see a scary movie, you're probably gonna see it. Although, I would probably wait and try to see Suspiria. I don't know. Suspiria. There's one coming out. It sounds really good. It sounds like another Hereditary kind of style thing, but whatever.
But you're gonna go see this most likely, and when you do, just keep in mind that don't go into this movie with extremely high expectations. Don't expect something new or like groundbreaking for the genre. Yeah, I think this plays it by the numbers. It almost is exactly like the first movie in a lot of ways. Even some of the cinematography. Yeah. So, I mean, if you like Halloween, I mean, you're gonna like this movie, no doubt. If you're a fan of Halloween,
I think it ranks pretty like. It's definitely not the best Halloween. No. I'll say that much. I like the Rob Zombie rendition when he did it. I thought that was sick, new, creative. Yeah. It's kind of a different take, and I was looking for somebody to try to take. Again, like an original take on it, like, hey, we're coming at it from this angle now, and have something interesting with the story. The story wasn't all that great. Yeah, the story but it's a slasher film, and people get slashed, so.
Yeah. I think they could have done more, and I would have liked them to do more with Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie Strode, and him, since that's an interesting take for me. I mean, she's been scarred by this her whole life, preparing for him to get out, and he's out. Like that, I don't know. I feel like I should have felt more. Yeah. Like he gets out finally, right? I mean, it's time to go on the hunt. Yeah. Like, she should have got her gun.
Now it's fucking game time. Let's go.
Game time. And I think most of the movie for me should have been her and him battling it out. Like
and I think they waste.
They waste time.
They waste a lot of time with the teenagers because with Jamie Lee Curtis being much older. It really shouldn't be about the teenagers anymore. Yeah. Even though that's what, all the Halloween movies usually are. Yeah. Except for the one where they were in the reality show and they had all adults. But for the most part, I know what they were going for. Yeah. But this whole story arc with her granddaughter was pretty, I want to say kind of lame. Like, it didn't really go anywhere. I feel like the time they spent with the granddaughter took away from Jamie Lee Curtis's story. Yeah. And same with her actual daughter, the one in the middle.
I forget who plays her, but
she's a good actress, but she had such a small role and was just in there for like little bits and pieces. That it's
they try to give you some backstory with her as a kid, and I don't think it hit home like they wanted it to. There's like a moment that's supposed to be really emotional of her telling her backstory, what happened, but I kind of felt like, okay, well, I don't care. Yeah. But
it was like the punches just weren't landing. Like you see what they were going for. It just
and
didn't
even
really
with
work.
some of the kills, like we talked about earlier with the comedy, I think they do use comedy in the middle of a tense moment. And then it's ruined. The tension's ruined for the rest of the scene. Yeah,
and stuff like it drives me crazy.
The whole theater laughs and it's funny. Yeah, sure. I mean, but
no, there's one particular time that you'll notice when you go see it. That there's a scene where there's a really funny character and you start laughing and he is hella funny. Yeah. But once the killing happens, it's like it's still funny. Like I'm still not funny. Like haha.
Because then you're not not paying attention. Oh, you're paying attention, but you're like, oh, I mean, what's happening? Oh yeah, you're still killing them. I mean, I'm kind of in a giddy mood.
Yeah, like oh haha.
Yeah. Like, you shouldn't be in that mood when there's a killer in your house or something. No. Like you should be.
They didn't really. I feel like they didn't really go for that horror vibe.
And even if they wanted to do the whole teenager thing, which every horror movie wants to do, having Jamie Lee Curtis's character there, front and center. That would have made it better for me. I feel like if he's going out to kill these people and the cops are like, look, like, or maybe the cops don't need her help, but she wants to help. Like, she constantly is like, oh my god, he's killing teenagers.
Wouldn't that be funny though if they're like,
we need your help.
Jamie Lee Curtis, we need this, know, crazy old lady in the woods with a lot of guns. Please help us. Like,
no, but if, like, she's going after, like, the cops are trying, but they keep failing, but she is like hunting him down because that is what she wants to do. She wants to hunt him down.
Yeah.
She doesn't really hunt him down.
No. Yeah, if you're expecting her to hunt him down in this movie, she doesn't do that.
No.
So just don't throw that expectation out the window.
And she seems a little unprepared. Even though her whole thing is being the maximum amount of being prepared.
She spent the last 40 years. 40 years preparing.
And
I think, man, what a wasted life.
Bars on her windows. I was like, just get those. Just bars on the front door window.
Even like, if you could just have like a little peephole and then fucking no big glass pieces in your door.
Yeah.
Maybe that. I don't know.
I don't have those in my front door. I feel like I'm a little more prepared.
And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, she did have a metal gate in front of her door.
It's gone. At the end of the movie, it's gone.
So, yeah, you'll see it. Not a huge spoiler, I mean, I guess, but...
She's got a metal gate.
Yeah, she has a metal gate in front of her door. Later in the movie, somebody
gate?
just sticks their hand right through it, so I don't know. Whatever. But
I feel like the movie should have focused on her and him. That's what I wanted when I went into this movie.
Yeah.
I was like, I want a hero-villain thing. I want her to be the hero, and she could be a hurt, damaged hero, whatever kind of hero they want her to be, but I want him to be the villain, and when they meet and stuff, I wanted them to constantly like fight, and I want it to be intense, and the emotion to be there constantly.
Yeah, and with the history they've had,
satisfying,
and the history of the series, I feel like it was a missed opportunity. I mean, they could have really. This could have been better.
Yeah,
but
there is things I like. I mean, I like the music is fine. The music is Halloween.
Yeah.
Of course, they use the things they have to use, and I like the way Michael Myers looks. I think it's the best he's ever looked, pretty much. I think, other than the first movie.
I mean, it's not hard. It's not a hard look to fuck up.
They've fucked it up. they have done it. His mask has looked really bad in the past, and his mask I thought looked great. I thought it looked damaged and like old, like it should have.
Yeah.
And I mean, his jumpsuit's his jumpsuit, but I thought the mask looked really good, and it wasn't too. The hair wasn't too puffy or anything. Thought it was cool. And I thought I was gonna say his performance. He does great. The performances are fine and pretty classic, I'd say, for this genre.
I mean, it's still a slasher movie. It's still, people like just totally unaware and unprepared when there's a killer on the loose. Yeah. Everybody's still like, oh, ha, ha, ha. And, and then he comes and he kills people. And...
Yeah, but I feel like this movie didn't give me a feeling.
That is key right there.
The old one, I forget who directed it. It's John Carpenter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, John Carpenter directed the old one. He's so good at giving you a feeling. Yeah. You feel this eeriness the whole movie.
Well, yeah, any of the older ones, you can still watch them now, and you have that eerie vibe.
Yeah, even though you'll be like, oh, this is old and cheesy, but still you're like, oh.
You're home alone watching that, you still be like looking out the window like,
yeah,
is there somebody standing in my yard? Like, man. And then again with the Rob Zombie one, that was. The tone was dark and gritty, and it had like a backstory to where you feel like, oh shit, this is kind of sad and horror. They go really well together because it doesn't fuck up the tone. But when you mix comedy with horror,
because like even Nightmare on Elm Street,
it becomes real cheesy.
They've got got a feeling that it gives you, and you're still like.
I think at least that's easier to do because Freddy Krueger could be kind of funny.
Yeah,
he can make jokes as he's killing people, and it's still fucked up.
But that is almost like, and it fits his character so well. That it's almost more creepy when he's making a joke as he's killing this teenager, and you're like,
because it's not the characters that are funny, it's the characters. It's not the teenagers and the victims that are funny. It's the killer who's funny, which is a totally different thing.
Because that could be creepy. Yeah. You're like, I don't want this guy to make jokes
not only
while he's killing me.
Is he killing them when they sleep, but he's
happy
he's so fucking happy about it.
Yeah.
And
the bad guy doesn't give a shit in these movies. So
all the victims and all the characters who aren't Michael Myers. I mean, I don't want to say they're chilling, but because like Jamie Lee Curtis has kind of bottled herself up away from society. Yeah. But the rest of the people are doing fine. Like they're just happy, living their lives, just chill until they get stabbed and then they die. And they don't even know that they're really in danger.
Yeah. They even make a few. The cops, what do they say? Oh, there's a killer on the loose, and they're like, what are we gonna do? Cancel Halloween? I mean. Yeah. and then you're like
and it's if the rest of the cast or the rest of the characters had taken it seriously, it wouldn't be so. It wouldn't hurt the movie as much.
Yeah.
But because you're already kind of feeling like, this really ain't shit. So
yeah.
I mean, don't take it seriously. Yeah, whatever. And so, man. Yeah, I feel like we just really bagged on this movie.
I know. I wasn't trying to bag on this movie as much as it sounds like. Yeah.
It was an okay movie.
Yeah. I went to the theater and I wasn't super like, ugh. Like, I mean, I watched it with a group of people and went like, okay. Like, and I think that's the feeling.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. No. It's Halloween, so you want something to go do. You want to watch a slasher film? Sure, go watch this, but don't watch it on Halloween.
Keep the expectations. Just bring them down a little. That's all.
Or you know what? Put your expectations in the ground, and maybe you'll be, maybe you'll love it.
Maybe you'll be shocked. You'll be like, "Damn, this was a pleasant surprise. Yeah. It was amazing."
But in conclusion, I think Michael Myers was fine. He was good. He's he's a good guy, and. But, overall, I was disappointed because of what I wanted from this movie. Maybe I shouldn't have wanted anything. Yeah. And that maybe I should have just been like, you know what? Maybe Jamie Lee Curtis's character won't fucking matter. And then maybe I would have liked it more.
See, I went in with low expectations, and there hasn't been, like, a great slasher film in a while. So I kind of went in there, like I said, low expectations. And I was like, yeah, it was okay. Didn't blow me away, but it was fine. I give my rating... And I feel like it's probably gonna be the same. So maybe. I would give it a 3 out of 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's not a bad movie. Mm-hmm. It's not a great movie. It's a movie, and it's a slasher movie. Take it as what it is.
Yeah.
So let us know what you thought about it in the comments. Maybe you loved it. I mean, if you're a huge horror slasher fan and literally anything just gets you, then you'll most likely love it.
Or maybe you're a slasher snob and this one just didn't do it for you.
Either way, let us know.
Yeah, let us know how you feel. Talk to us.
All right,
later. So all in all, I felt like, Halloween was a pretty okay movie, and just, let us know what you thought, man. What about you? What did you think?
Yeah, David, I think I'd about agree. Now maybe let's not be lizards.
All right, Joe. Let's not.